What's up guys, Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. So today I'm going to give you the master tip, the one that applies to your chest workouts that will make every single exercise you do better. That's why we call it the master tip. And it's actually really easy to do. You just have to be conscious of it, and that is the big problem. We're not. Let's start with a little test. Just take your arm, raise it all the way up over your head, as high as you can go. And then look at how you look. Do you look like me right now? Does this look like what you're doing? If it is, you're probably really in need of what I'm going to show you here today, because this isn't right. I didn't just raise my arm up over my head. I actually shrugged my shoulder at the same time. You see, because if I were to just take my shoulder out of the shrug position, that's how it would look. I still raised my arm as high as I could in the shoulder joint, but I also shrugged. And that's not what we want to do. And the reason why that happens is because we are way too overactive in our upper traps. Because everything we do in a day, whether it's typing, whether it's driving, whether it's texting, we're always shrugging. It could be even related to stress too. But if you want to get the most out of your chest workouts in every chest exercise you do, you got to stop shrugging. You got to get that shrug out of the exercise. You see, if you try this next test, you'll see why. Take your hand and put it on your chest. And then on that same side, shrug your shoulder up. Now in that position, bring your arm up across your chest as if you just finished a dumbbell bench press. And squeeze as hard as you can. Now without doing anything, stay in that contracted state and then depress your shoulder. Get out of that shrug. Feel the increased strength of contraction that you get just from getting out of that shrug. Why is that? Because the pec major actually assists in shoulder depression, pulling this down. The lower traps are going to do that, but the pec major wants to do that too. And in order to be fully contracted, you have to get your pecs in that position. And we could do that across all the exercises. Let me show you. If we go to the bench press here, one of the most classic exercises, again, if we don't look at what we're doing and focus on it, we almost always perform this exercise from a shrugged position as you're doing here. You might not even have recognized that if I never told you in the beginning what we're trying to focus on. But as we go here, we know we can make this better and stronger if we get out of that position. So as I make this one little change, I pull those shoulders down. And when I do, now I press. And when people give you that cue of down and back, a lot of people think it's one cue. So they just pull back. But the down portion is actually pulling your shoulders down towards your feet. That will give you that depression. That gives you the increased strength and contraction in the better exercise here when doing it this way. Now, we can take this to other exercises. Like I said, it's the master tip. If we go to a push-up, the same thing applies. Just because it's body weight doesn't mean that the same thing isn't working. When we do the push-up here, again, the natural tendency is to do them with our shoulders shrugged up. But if we want to turn that off, we've got to activate the lower traps and then pull them down. And when we do the push-up now, the contraction, you'll feel it instantly, will be a lot stronger. You might even fatigue faster doing push-ups this way, but who cares? The goal is to work your chest and to work it maximally, and you're going to do that this way. Now we take it over to the dip, and it becomes even more challenging. Why? Because now we've got the force of gravity acting down on our bodies. That's going to make this even harder, because if we have to get our shoulders down, that's going to be tough because we all want to fall this way, right? The weight of our body is going to drive our shoulders up. You have to fight it. This is a little bit more difficult for somebody to do, but you can still do it. You press down through here, and now the dip will become better. So look at the difference. You can instantly see that exercise becomes not only more intense, but in the long run better. And the side effect of all these positions here is that we're getting ourselves into a safer position. Because when we don't drive our shoulders up this way and try to move our arms no matter what exercise we're doing, we create more space inside the shoulder joint, leading to the less likelihood of impingement. So we have a safer position. If you have shoulder issues and troubles, do this and I guarantee you're going to be able to press more safely or do any of these exercises more safely. And then finally, we can even do this on a cable crossover, right? Again, the tendency is as we pull is to want to pull with everything. Here's even the likelihood is even higher because we like to cheat and pull that way. Well, we don't want to pull with the shoulder up. If we're doing it that way, again, we're missing out on a major opportunity to make this exercise better. Here you can actually see the difference as the chest contracts before with the shrug up and now without. But the fact is this, guys, there's better ways to do the exercises you're doing if you know how to do them right. And with one tip sometimes, just one, that's all it takes, it's easy for you to visualize finally. The light clicks, you start doing it, and it becomes automatic from there on out. You're going to get much more out of it. That's what we call the master tip. I think you guys are going to find this helpful. Again, you can apply it to any single exercise you do for your chest. And it sort of underscores what I always say here on this channel. It's not what you do. It's how you do what you do and why you do what you do that helps you to understand it, that empowers you to be able to get a lot more out of your training. That's what this channel has always stood for. That's what it's always going to stand for. And that's what all the programs I put together are about. It's not just about telling you what to do. It's about why you do it and how to do it the best way to get the most out of it. If you're looking for a program that does that, head to ATHLEAN-X.com by clicking the link below this video. We have a program selector there that will allow you to get the program that is best suited to your specific goals. Maybe it's size, maybe it's strict fat loss, maybe it's a little bit of both. We have programs for all of that over there. Make sure you use that. It takes a couple minutes to do. In the meantime, if you found the video helpful, leave your comments and thumbs up below. Let me know what you want me to cover in future videos, and I'll do my best to do that for you. All right, guys, see you soon.